Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to welcome you to my angel reading. I love doing my angel readings. They're a lot of fun, and that angelic energy is needed, well, now more than ever, as things are continuing to be hard and challenging in ways that we haven't seen in generations. Now, I know about 2 weeks ago, I did my April angel reading, and I usually do them later in the month. However, I was directed to do it earlier in the month as we are coming up to that lunar eclipse that's going to be part of the full flower moon experience, and then Mercury retrograde. So I wanted to give people time to really embrace these messages. And the angel said that the more time that people have, the better. So today was a perfect day to sit down and connect into this angelic energy for the guidance on how to deal with some of these more challenging events. We don't get lunar eclipses every day. And later in the month, we have Mercury retrograde, which thankfully doesn't happen every day. It's a challenge, right? We hate that very abrupt communication problem, the technology problems that we get. It's not fun. So the angels want to support us in overcoming them. Pre-planning, foreplanning, and making sure that we're able to embrace these shifts, these opportunities that both events are going to offer us. So for this reading, of course, I have my handy dandy Angel Tarot. I have the ArchAngel Oracle by Diana Cooper, and then the Angel Inspiration Oracle. Now, like always, I do have all these decks listed below. So should one of them or all of them, connect in with you, you can go check them out for yourselves. These are fantastic decks. I am very choosy about my angel decks. I know there's a lot out there. I don't like angel decks that have a lot of blurb at the bottom. This works because this says the archangel's name and a little bit about the archangel. And it does help trigger a memory on who that archangel is and how we can work with them. It doesn't say that Archangel Hope says this, wants you to do that. And I know there are a number of decks like that, and it can be very distracting. So I am very choosy about my angel decks. So if you want an angel deck that is more open, these are some very open angel decks. All right, so besides the one that hit the floor, what supports and archangels are going to be most important and impactful for my friends over the upcoming weeks? Now, just as a clarifier, these are not an end-all be-all. Where did it go? Oh, sure. I'm close to the ground, but not that close. These are not the end-all be-all. If you are connected in and work with a specific archangel, of course, work with them. These are other ones that you may not think about that are there for you to help you. And of course, this one, not a lot of people will know about, Archangel Amethyst. So it says, purify your life with love. Prepare for something better. And that's very, very much, that could probably even be the motto of the lunar eclipse. It's just that the lunar eclipse isn't as gentle as Archangel Amethyst is. The lunar eclipse is abrupt. It kind of has the tower energy to it, where it's slamming doors shut, trying to spin you around to pay attention to something that you've been missing. It's important, sure, but it's disorientating and it can be very abrupt and somewhat even sometimes shocking or painful for us because something's slamming shut in our face and we're getting kind of whirled around to something that's going to be really important for us. It can be kind of a little bit of a bumpy road. So, Archangel Amethyst wants to support you in embracing something that is going to be better. And of course, that better, well, the lunar eclipse wants that better for you as well. So taking both aspects and kind of melding them together. Sure, we know that there are things that the angels, the high vibrational beings have been trying to share with us. Trying to get you to pay attention to this aspect or this piece. However, well, let's be honest, life gets in the way. And it may not be as easy as just going, oh, sure, I'll take that. We'll do that now. Because we've invested time and energy in something that we want so desperately to work, that we see that potential. However, it's not what we need. So there's that hurt, that kind of sadness that we've put so much into something that wasn't for a greater good. We get that anger towards self and towards others. So the lunar eclipse is going to help kind of slam things shut for us. Think of it as the moon taking a little bit of a tantrum and slamming that door and spinning around and going, girlfriend, go that way. That is where you need to go. Okay? But we need that nurturing energy of the full moon and of Archangel Amethyst. Of course, Archangel Amethyst is connected very much with the amethyst crystal, which is a healer and an amplifier. Using that to our advantage to help heal some of that pain, that frustration, that fear that comes with the lunar eclipse. Which, shockingly and interestingly enough, also comes with Mercury retrograde, because we have that disruption of communication. We're misunderstanding people, people are misunderstanding us, and our technology not so supportive. So we have that frustration, we have that anger, we have that hurt, and that hurt can really be hard to overcome. Taking time for you, nurturing you, and taking that step back. And instead of coming at things at a perspective of fear, pain, frustration, what about shifting it to compassion and love? Compassion for the other who is trying desperately to tell you something, share something with you, and we're not getting it. Or they're not getting us. The technology isn't working. And everybody's in the same boat. Both events impact us globally. So it's not like it's like, oh, people in the West Coast are going to be feeling this, while people in the East Coast are going to be feeling this. And if you live in the middle, oh, yeah, no. It's a global piece. That compassion and love is going to be important. Our perspective, our intentions, absolutely essential. Archangel Mallory. Remember who you are. Take action when you are ready. Archangel Mallory is a fantastic archangel. Not that they're not all fantastic, but connecting in to what it is we've forgotten, who it is we've forgotten. Now, archangels, I know both these archangels are depicted as a feminine character. And that's not necessarily the case. They're energetic beings. I know Mallory is a very feminine name, but to me, Archangel Mallory's masculine. I've done some meditations with Archangel Mallory on things that we've forgotten. Big part of what he does, but he's a masculine for me. And they don't take it personally. Many people feel that Archangel Gabriel is female, and some swear that Archangel Gabriel is male. Guess what? You're both right. Their energy, they don't have a gender. They just have an energy that we identify as a gender. Okay? So I know they say that Archangel Mallory is a she here. For me, Archangel Mallory is a he. For you, it's all good. Whatever it is, works for you. Okay? Regardless, Archangel Mallory is reminding us that we have tools, skills, and supports that we're forgetting. We're so caught up in our everyday, those expectations, those demands, those fears, that heartache, that we're missing out on some supports, tools, and skills that will help us. Now, like I said, I did a number of meditations. Well, I think actually I've maybe only done one that I've completed. Yeah, and I know I've done at least one. It's hard because I've got a number of meditations on the roll with different archangels, and Archangel Mallory is one. I just don't think I've published it yet. Back last year, sometime later in the year, I did a meditation with Archangel Mallory where we worked on connecting in with a tool that we needed right now to help us overcome. Actually, I think it was Mercury retrograde as well. And then also to connect in with an astral family member that we've forgotten. Both would be so supportive for you right now. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. And you're not too sure about this meditation, I have now 3 meditative playlists. One is Healing with the Archangels, where you'll find Archangel Mallory's meditation, along with, I'm probably close to 50 different meditations, give or take. I haven't counted them all, but 50 meditations with different archangels helping you to heal yourself on a variety of levels. I also have a Just You and Me series where it's just you and me working on a tool that's going to support you in overcoming some challenges. And last week, I launched a new meditative series. It's called Short and Sweet, and that's exactly what it is. These are meditations that are about 5 to 10 minutes long that are going to give you that quick support so you can overcome that challenge. I am a big proponent of supports that are going to help you, and meditation helps you on the physical, spiritual, and emotional level. Physically, you're starting to balance out your brainwave because we have a tendency to focus in on one side of the brain. We favor that. Meditation helps to balance it out, so we're using both sides to make a decision or create a solution that's going to be in our best interest. Spiritually, we're letting go of some of that baggage. We're letting go and focusing in on something we can control that's going to help us connect into the energies that we need. And emotionally, we're letting it go. With each breath, we're slowing our heart rate. We are taking control of that inner system. So these meditations, other than my short and sweet meditation series, they're about 30 minutes long. All my meditations are guided. And most importantly, they are free. There are no strings attached. You can use them as you need, as often as you need. So that meditation with Archangel Mallory would be really beneficial. Doing it now or in the next couple of days before we hit the full moon will support you in reconnecting in with that tool that's going to help you overcome some of these challenges that we're going to be facing. Additionally, reconnecting you into some supports that we may have forgotten. That pre-planning is going to be really essential in helping us to overcome these challenges, because we can't stop that abruptness, that challenge, but we can take control of us. We can start to use our tools, the things around us like crystals, the meditations, the high vibrational beings, using them to our advantage. And when I say using them, we're not misusing them. We are working with them. Hi, Champagne. Sorry, I do my best to watch the side and read. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the angel reading. So, using what we have to our advantage, all right? Helping us to overcome those challenges and embrace this time. Because both the lunar eclipse and Mercury retrograde, as challenging as they are, offer us opportunities. The lunar eclipse in itself slams doors shut, well, shifting us and swirling us around so that we see opportunities that we're missing. Additionally, with Mercury retrograde, and I know this is a real challenge to kind of wrap our mind around, Mercury is such a strong emotional connection with humanity because we're working on communication, on that interpersonal and technology realm, that we miss out. So when it's in retrograde, so it doesn't have as much strength or pull on us in a positive way, where it's kind of directing us, those opportunities start to resonate a little bit brighter. Other planets, other energies that we may not have taken notice of, we do in Mercury retrograde. So there are opportunities in both events. Should we take that time, that deep breath, using that love and compassion, energy and perspective, and using the skills and tools that are around us. All right. So I just babbled almost 20 minutes on 2 cards. Let's add more cards. Let's get into the tarot part. What can my friends expect? Whoa. Over the next couple of weeks, and how can they overcome those challenges that they're going to face? Okay, that card's important. It's amazing how when you're connected in and gaining that guidance on an intuitive level, it doesn't matter how many cards you have on the table, you just can channel that information. The Hermit. I love this rendition of the Hermit. It still has that Merlin feel, but in an angelic form. So, of course, the Hermit is the 9th card in the major arcana. And he's kind of iconic with that inner journey, that time for self. Now, the angels are telling me very clearly here, we don't want to turtle ourselves away and miss out. Okay, we need to embrace this time. The last year and a half, we've really disconnected on a lot of levels, and we're starting to reconnect. So the last thing we want to do is go into our house and slam the door shut and go, well, I'm not coming out till the end of June because Mercury retrograde. We're going from a lunar eclipse to Mercury retrograde. Well, you're going to miss out. And that's not what the angels want. We need that time with our friends, our community, our family, because we're starting to be able to reconnect in, or at least some of us are. Hi, Zia. Good to see you. Or, well, hear from you. I can't see anybody. What the Hermit is encouraging you to do is take that time. Start to strengthen you. Strengthen your tools. Start to work with self so that that perspective is of light and love rather than that hurt and fear. Okay? So taking that time for you while still, if you see this Hermit, he's still exploring. In the lore of the major arcana, he's at the epiphany or height of energy work. He's the end all be all. He's the guide. Well, he continues to move forward. He continues to learn and experience. So do we. No matter what challenge is going on around us, we need to continue moving forward. It's just using those inner times to our advantage. Because a lot of us do struggle to find that time to focus in on meditation, to focus in on our tools, to reflect in on self. The Hermit is encouraging us to take a little bit of time, especially now, to prepare ourselves for the challenges that lie ahead. Just in case we missed that part, the Eight of Cups. This is the one thing I hate about this tarot deck, is that she didn't put in the beautiful representation that the royal cards or the major arcana have. But the Eight of Cups is the everyday aspect of the Hermit. This isn't a one-off go, oh yeah, we're going to go and do some meditation and I'm never going to touch it again. It's about incorporating it into our everyday. I think that's why I brought out that new meditative series that I launched last week. It was something that came to me at the end of May or the end of April. And I was like, okay, I need to do that. And it just, everything fell into place. We need that tool that is short and sweet to bring into our everyday. So if we are at a point of feeling overwhelmed or challenged, we have a tool that we can go, you know what, I'm going to just go to the bathroom for 5 minutes and be right back. So we can take that time, take those deep breaths, calm ourselves, take that step back and make decisions that are in light and love, not in that heat of the moment barking that the lower vibrational ego self likes. So we need to start incorporating things into our everyday. It doesn't have to be a lot of time. Most of my meditations are 30 minutes. You can, if you can, some people can, I can't. I need guided meditations. I can't just sit in a room and focus in on my breath. I get distracted. A lot of us have like ADHD tendencies where you're like, okay, I can sit for a minute. Oh, I need to add broccoli to my grocery list. I need to do this. Oh, I should maybe clean the I can't focus on that. A guided meditation, I can be guided through that journey. Be reminded to breathe, because a lot of times we get hyper focused in on things and we forget that breath, which is an important part of meditation. So taking those time for self, adding in that self-reflection, journaling, gratitude. I encourage my clients and students to start a gratitude journal. There's amazing apps that you can add to your phone that it's really easy to focus in on that gratitude, what you're grateful for, that high vibrational loving energy. A lot of times when we're journaling, we focus in on what our challenges of the day. But if we're focusing in on that light and love, you're shifting your energies to a higher vibration, you're shifting your perspective, and you're really focused in on that high vibrational energy. What's going right? What are you thankful for? What can you continue to focus in on? The Lovers, the sixth card in the major arcana. Yes, this is a time of conflict, of challenge. Absolutely. Our relationships, they're really going to be strained, especially with Mercury retrograde. Hi, foreigner. I'm not too sure what to call you, but hello and welcome. The Lovers remind us that yes, our relationships, especially those intimate relationships, are going to be challenged. Communication is a challenge during Mercury retrograde. We also have a tendency to take out our fear and frustration on those we love most. No matter whether or not you have a partner, your soulmate, a twin flame in your life or not, the Lovers is talking about that intimate relationship, whether it be friend, family, or whomever. We need to be mindful that we're not too, I guess, reliant on channeling our anger and frustration out on others, because they're an easy target. Being mindful that we focus in and nurture them. Like I said earlier, this is a global event. We are all going to be impacted by this, by Mercury retrograde, by the lunar eclipse. So they too are going to be a little bit raw. That love, that light, it's going to go a long way in nurturing and working with them and with you. Hi, Tracy. Sorry, I wanted to get my thought out before I said hello. So the angels are really encouraging you to not only take time for you in shifting your perspective, but also having a bit of compassion for those around you. Not everybody is, hi, I'm not going to try and Prananka. I'm sorry if I hack that. Sometimes it's, yeah, I try. So sometimes it's really a challenge to have that loving energy in so many forms that, we take it for granted. We need to ensure that we have that compassion for them. Like I was saying, they're not always on the same part of their journey as we are. We can have lovers, partners, spouses that are at different parts of their journey and may not be as open to this insight, to the energies, the vibrations. We need to be okay with where they're at and just keep nurturing and encouraging them forward. Twin flames, soulmates, they're usually pretty at par with us, or they're catching up pretty fast because we're connected on that energetical level. Okay? Be mindful of self, taking time for you, but also for them. Like I said earlier, we don't want to kind of hibernate and kind of disconnect from reality. We have already had that disconnection. We have, it's been a year and a half of stuff that people haven't dealt with in generations. And it's never been as documented as it has right now. We need that connection to our community, to our loved ones. And we're starting to reestablish that. So don't take this time and go, oh, well, we're going from lunar eclipse to Mercury retrograde. I am just, that's it. I'm closing the door. Because you're going to hurt yourself more than anything else. Using your skills, because it's not the first time we've done a Mercury retrograde lunar eclipse cascade. Heck, they've even been in the same time period. We need to use our tools and our skills and our knowledge to our advantage. That's why Archangel Mallory decided she wanted to come forward, or he wanted to come forward. We need to use that knowledge of historical experiences to our advantage. That's why I suggested to try out that Archangel Mallory meditation I have, because we are connecting in with a tool. We are connecting in with an astral family member. And the difference between a family member that you may have in life here and an astral family member is that, similar to a family member that you're in a family with, you may share that genetic bond. Or if you've been adopted, you now share that bond of the physical experience. An astral family member, you're bonded through that energetical piece. So instead of having that DNA connection, you have that energetical connection. You have astral family members in the present, in your physical life, and then also in that spiritual realm. They're supporting you and have a tendency to be a part of your astral support team, your higher vibrational support team that's all around you. Okay? So taking that time and really nurturing you and them. And if they're having a bad day, help them shift out of it. And an easy way to do that is through laughter. It doesn't matter that what's going on. If you're watching something funny, if something funny happens with the dog, the cat, the kids, the neighbor, what have you, have that time and enjoy it together. It raises your vibration, it shifts them and raises their vibration. You just feel a little bit more at ease. You get out some of that toxic blah through the laughter. Okay? So laughter is so helpful. And with the invention of YouTube, hello, we can watch funny things 24/7. So that comedy will help. I don't do individual readings. I'm doing a group reading. And then if you have questions, I can try and relate it to you as well. And I do the questions at the end. So I am going to end off on some blessings. And with the blessings, that just gives you that added support and added, well, kind of cherry on top, if you will. What blessings can my friends embrace to help them overcome the challenges that they're going to face in the upcoming weeks? Okay. I'm so glad all the cards stayed on the table. They usually start to fly because people get excited. Be content. Such a beautiful card. Be content doesn't mean that we need to just feel like this is it. Be content means enjoying where you're at right now. It may not be where you want to be. You may know that you need to do some healing. You may need to do some breaking of patterns. However, being content in your here and now helps you to make those changes. It helps you to release some of that burden you're carrying, helps you to heal, helps you to move forward. That contentment helps to raise your vibration, helps you to embrace opportunities that you may not be able to see or acknowledge right now. So being okay with where you're at and knowing, and let's be honest, most of us, we're like, this is not exactly where I want to end my world. I want to keep moving forward. There's more for me. Absolutely. We want to keep exploring. Like I said, in the Hermit, we don't want to just stand at the top of the mountain going, I am here, I am done. We want to make sure that we are really engaging with our whole experience, because that's why we came here. We incarnated so that we could experience and learn. And that contentment goes a long way in both. Friendship. Now, the Lovers, we talked about how having compassion and giving time for others is going to be important. This friendship card does not mean having, going out with your bestie and going for a drink or something. This friendship is about you and your relationship with you. We need to have a strong and positive relationship with ourselves, which I know is easier said than done, but part of why we're here. Part of why we want to continue to grow and experience. I have a number of meditations that work on that self-love and that connection. I think I now have 3 meditations with Archangel Chamuel, and I've done meditations with Archangel Zadkiel and Raguel regarding that balance, that relationship with ourselves. It's going to be an important part. It's going to help us. The stronger and more positive our relationship with us, the easier it's going to be to embrace the opportunities that the lunar eclipse and Mercury retrograde are going to offer you. And I did talk about this earlier, gratitude. Like I said, that gratitude journal is so fantastic. You're not just journaling about your troubles or your challenges. You're journaling in on that light and love. Taking that time and focusing in on what it is you're grateful for. And then when you write it down, you're putting it out there. You're sharing and putting out that high vibration. And on a really nice cosmic level, we are using the law of karma to our advantage, because what you put out, what you're going to get back in. So sharing that gratitude, and you don't have to go to people and go, I am grateful for this, because you can feel a little bit off or hokey doing it. Even writing it down, or like I said, there's a number of apps you can download where you don't have to get into it. It's like, I am grateful for, fill in the blank. That's it. Easy ways to send out that high vibrational energy and reap the rewards. Happiness. Reminding us that no matter what challenge we're faced with right now, what challenges the Mercury retrograde is going to throw at us, what the lunar eclipse is going to throw at us, when we focus in on what makes us happy, what brings in that fulfillment and joy, again, we're going to use the law of karma to our advantage. What you put out, what you get back in. I said at the beginning of this reading that perspective is going to be important. It's an important factor in overcoming these challenges with greater ease. Very true. And the more we set our intentions and be mindful of our energies, of how we're interacting with others and interacting with ourselves, we're going to be able to overcome those challenges. We're going to be able to learn, experience, grow, and then also embrace some amazing opportunities. Like I said, they're there. We just really need to take that pause, have that time for reflection, and be open to them. So that is what the angels are sharing with my friends. So my friends who are and have been joining me live, you are very free to ask questions. I can answer them. And I'll leave that open for a little bit here so that you can ask me directly if you guys do have some questions. If not, I will be live again on Sunday doing my weekly reading so that you guys are able to connect in on what's happening for the week to come. And don't be surprised if you see similar points in my readings, because what happens is that this information will be shared with you in another way, because that's how the universe is. We miss points, or we miss that aha moment, and the high vibrational beings, the angels, the fairies, the dragons, whoever you work with, whether you know it or not, they're there with you. They will represent it to you. Oh, Tracy, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. So I don't ever really remember. It's not like I'm like, okay, this day we talked about this. I let the cards go and keep reading. So a lot of readers, they're the same way. We don't ever take perspective. Like, we're not taking stock on what it is we're reading. We just do our readings. So yeah, but I have been noticing there's been a lot of common threads in the last couple of weeks. So no one has said anything, like asked any questions. If you do have questions, you can email me and I'll do my best to answer them. But please tell me what video you're responding to, because it can be very disjointing for me. Like I said, I will be live on Sunday. It'll be about 2:00 on Sunday. You're welcome, Zia. And then I can't remember what I'm doing next week, but I do have it on my social medias as to when I'm going to be live. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today. And I hope that the angels were able to share some important insight and guidance for you. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. And I can't wait to see you guys again. Until tomorrow, my friends.